Hamilton Mayor Andrea Horwath is set to introduce a motion today asking for a city review of procedures around unsafe structures. Comes after the collapse or demolition of buildings in Gore Park downtown last week. Simone Gavros is standing by with more.
Well, the fourth historic building here in front of Gore Park was torn down yesterday because of the imminent risk of collapse. This comes after those two other buildings suddenly collapsed last week on Remembrance Day. Now, what's left here is just the spaces in between these two buildings here, and the rubble is left as well. Crews have arrived on scene this morning to finish this demolition and also clean up the remaining rubble. But because the buildings here date back to the mid-1800s, you can see here that the city was able to save some of these historic features along the building. There's just some of this flower artwork that's been on the side here, and these stone features are just right in front of where the buildings used to be. Now, thankfully, when the buildings collapsed last week, there were no injuries, but Mayor Andrea Horwath has put forward this motion to ensure that something like this doesn't happen again. Now, the reason the other building had to come down was because it shares support beams with the rest of the structures. They've moved considerably and were unstable, according to a release from the city. Property owner Hughson Business Space Corporation is covering all of the costs. In a statement last week, the company told CHCH News that its regular engineering reports of the property showed no signs of imminent collapse. Now, the motion in front of council today is directing staff to do a thorough review of the recent building collapses in downtown Hamilton, including a history and timeline. The motion is also looking for staff to compile an inventory of buildings across the city that have had any safety-related concerns. So staff will also be asked to provide a report and any possible recommendations in the new year. And that's only if this motion passes today at the GIC meeting that starts at 9:30.